Hey everyone, it's Chief here. I thought I'd just drop in and let you guys know where we've been for a few weeks. Unfortunately, we had to take a bit of a break with some personal leave. Nick had some things happen in his life that he had to attend to. Unfortunately, we haven't had the time to record between that time. So we're going to air an episode that we recorded just before we had to break away, and then we'll jump back into real time after that. So thank you.
And now, your local forecast.
You are tuning into the forecast. My name is M4 Sonic, joined as always by my co-host Chief Street.
How are you going, mate?
Going good. Remember when you used to say g'day?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out what my intro is still, but we're just going to go with a random one every time.
What's news?
Not much to me. I just finished work, man. So I'm trying to re-energize myself.
And I haven't eaten. And
what's going on today?
Today's been crazy. And I have this thing where I get hangry.
Oh, yeah, that's totally a thing. I get that all the time too.
My hangriness is next level. Like, I've ruined relationships, friendships.
That's the funny thing I was going to say about it as well, is like me and Donna, if we have disagreements, sometimes it's because like I haven't had lunch or we're ready to have lunch, but I'm getting frustrated because we're trying to do shopping or something first.
My first manager, Evan, used to carry Snickers bars.
Yeah.
So that if I was angry, he'd be like, here you go.
Yeah. It's not you when you're hungry, is that?
You're not you when you're hungry.
Is that
Hashtag not sponsored.
Who's that ad
Snickers.
for? It is for Snickers. Well, Evan's a genius.
Yeah.
So why haven't you eaten today?
I had sessions this morning.
Like recording people?
Recorded three vocals this morning. Crushed it. And then as the story goes, I'm trying to sell this car. And I had a really serious buyer look at it yesterday. And they were like, yep, I want it, but I want it to be checked by a mechanic. Which is, that's fair. Okay. So the mechanic rocks up lunchtime today, so I race home. Took an hour and a half.
To go through it?
Yeah, I think he could have done it in like 15 minutes, but we had a big chat about life and stuff. And then his mates, like it was crazy, some mates of his drove past and recognised him and pulled over, and then they had a chat. And then their mates made an offer on the car.
Really?
Yeah.
So like they lowball you, or was it a nice offer?
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And they trust this mechanic as well. You know, so
how wild is that? You can't find someone to buy your car, and then someone drives across the street and is like, yeah, I'll take it.
And also, I've been inundated with messages this week. There's just something in the air.
I was going to say, we've opened it up to the universe, and now suddenly
maybe they listen to this podcast. I don't know. So
we got to help him.
I've had a couple of offers. I'm going to accept one tonight, so that's exciting.
When will you do the deal?
Right after this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't eaten because I got in early, had a coffee, and then I was like, I'll go home, have some lunch. But yeah, then this mechanic rocked up and took too long. Then I was on dad duty, took Will to the park, and then raced here for our podcast. And then you're here working tonight, and I'll be here working tonight.
You're going to stick around?
Race home because Rach is heavily pregnant.
Yeah, tick-tock on that
clock. A few weeks to go. So we don't know D-Day, but we're getting close. And so I need to, just help out at home.
Oh, for sure, man. That's fair.
Doing the shopping, helping it. I'm a terrible cook, but I help out. If Rachel ever wants me to do the cooking, she says it's your turn to cook tonight, and then I order Uber Eats. Not
a chef at all?
Nah.
Don't enjoy it, or?
No, and I think that's partly because I'm a hangry person. I'm very impulsive. I'm the kind of person that will go to the cupboard, and if there's nothing there, I'll go to the fridge. And if there's nothing in the fridge, I'll return back to the cupboard.
Yeah, you lower your standards and then you try again, right?
Yeah, I don't even cook the 2-minute noodles. Just open the bag and just
raw dog it.
Raw dog it.
I've been enjoying cooking more and more.
I see you as being a bit of a chef.
I think what's going to happen is I'm going to continue to enjoy it for a bit, and then I'm going to get sick of it.
Well, good, because I was thinking Chef Street.
Yeah. Cop that a few times.
What does my mum call you? My mum calls you Cheap Street.
Oh, no, that's terrible. I don't want to be cheap.
She just wasn't wearing her glasses when she read your name.
Yeah, Chief.
Cheap
But yeah, the more I cook, it's like enjoyable. I feel like I've learned a lot, and you can when you start being able to make something without having to check a recipe all the time or just adding stuff in, be like, that'll work. Build a bit of confidence. It's great. But then now I'm worried that I'm probably going to be able to cook for another little while, and then I'm sick of this. Because already I'm like, okay, I got 5 to 10 recipes under my belt, and I'm sick of eating that shit.
I have 2 recipes, man.
I mean, I'm not cooking grand meals here. This is just enough to have dinner and have lunch the next day. What, grand meals?
Grand meals, I'm like, I can cook toast, bread.
Yeah.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah.
It's my go-to.
Yeah. So I always have difficulty with pasta because I was raised as an Italian boy with my mother and my nonna. They just make the best pasta. So
Set the bar very high.
yeah. So I get given sauce from my mum and that's delicious and I love eating that. But anything else is just tough because we'll go to like an Italian restaurant or something and I'm just like, I've paid $45 for this bowl of pasta and my mum cooks it twice as good.
It's the same. We've been cursed here at the studio. We have a coffee machine and Rach in her previous life was a barista and makes, you'd agree, right?
Oh,
the coffee is.
Yeah, she's amazing.
So then we go out for coffee and we're like, we could just have this at the studio.
Well, I used to feel guilty coming every morning, like, can you please make me a coffee?
Nah, man, it's all part of it.
And now it's like, where's my coffee? I'm looking forward to it, but I love it every morning because usually I have like the little Nespresso shot one at home.
Yep.
Which is pretty basic but simple. It's good enough.
Does the job.
But like you got the full
It's all part of the experience, you know.
Well, that's what I mean. We're setting the bar really high here. It's that luxurious service that
you come here to Matrix to record music, stay for the coffee.
and hopefully come back again for the music.
Yeah. Sponsored by Coffee Barista.
If we're doing
machine.
our job.
That's
good
it.
enough.
So what's on the agenda?
Oh, I reckon we're just chit-chatting and
Just
like
chit-chat.
last week.
No. Well,
But
good response.
dude.
We got absolutely slammed. Well, you got
I was going to
absolutely
say,
slammed.
good or bad, I got done for not knowing what a long
It's
drop
not
is.
your fault that you had maids and butlers growing up.
I know,
It's,
right?
you know,
Look,
you've just always had the porcelain royal experience.
freshly cleaned every time. Nah, well, what I realized as well is I have experienced one of these, not so medieval as you would have called it, because at Ultra in Miami, it's a cross between a portaloo and a long drop without the long. You just get a plastic seat
It's
and
just a drop.
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
On the stages and in the toilets.
Wow. Did it have sawdust?
I don't think so.
So just to recap, anybody that didn't have any clue what we're talking about, if you go back, if you didn't listen to last week, if you go back, we were talking about an experience where I was playing at a music festival and they didn't have portaloos. Well, they did, but it was, what do they call, compostable, environmentally friendly.
Gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I realized, I have used one of these, and it was disgusting. So I'm not feel like I've missed out on any experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have done it. I've witnessed it. It was terrible. I mean, like day 3, those things are a fucking mess. Like, oh my God. Anything
Also,
you can do
they
to not
vibrate.
go. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than these plastic portaloos.
Yeah, and you're trying to do some things in there and it's not.
And someone's banging on the door. Yeah.
Dude, I'm pretty sure this is an accurate story that we were at Ultra and I was with 4, like my boys. So it was like 4 of us in total. And one of them, like they just, you go, we're going on the toilet. I'll see you back here when I see you, you know? Apparently like Mike opened the door on Cameron. Like out of all... Like out of all the odds of picking one that's like already got someone in it, not only like, someone's got in it and it's your friend.
Just wait your turn, mate.
Well, it's funny because sometimes you'll see one that's open and everyone's just like not going in. And you're like, all right, I'll roll the dice. And then you open it and you're like, no.
Yep. Yeah, I do the walk of shame on airplanes, international, where I'll wait. I'm one of those just socially awkward people. I'm like, I'll wait till everyone's asleep before I need to, even just a cheeky number one. And yeah, I'll TP, I'll crawl up and I've like tripped on someone who's sleeping, whatever, and I'll open the door and no, not for me.
What? Oh, it just rang.
Yeah. Shot.
Yeah.
Walk out. Yeah. I'm one of those people.
So,
how did we get onto this topic?
well, I was saying, I got
right,
smashed.
you getting grilled.
Yeah, well, okay, we put the clip up and then suddenly everyone's like, I can't believe this guy doesn't know what a long drop is. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't grow up in the bush. But anyway, it was good engagement, I guess. And see, it made for a funny moment.
Yeah.
If I knew what that was, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
We'll deep dive. We'll find out what other things Cheese Street doesn't know.
From his very sheltered life.
Very sheltered life. Only the finest pasta.
But yeah, so I even put a poll up on my story yesterday. And
I saw the
it was
stats on that.
27-2 and like 27 people being like, yeah, obviously we know what a long drop is. And then 2 people being like, no. And I'm pretty sure they were both American.
I was going to say, because when I joined the poll, it was still 100% everyone knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was late to the party.
Made me feel a little bit stupid.
That's okay, mate. That's all right.
talking about you know how last week as well we were talking about the Facebook Marketplace stuff?
Yeah.
And how like there's lots of dickheads out there,
Mm-hmm.
like you've experienced with your car, except for now you seem to be over that hump. Well, I actually was that dickhead.
What? You hypocrite.
I know, but that's just what it's like, right? You have no obligations when it's on the internet.
Okay.
So anyway, some guy was selling some cards.
Mm-hmm. Some cards.
Some trading cards, yes.
What?
I like my trading cards.
What kind of trading
These
cards?
were sports cards.
You trade sports cards?
Not so much. I'm more into Pokemon, but
Okay, this is new news to me.
you didn't know? I thought anyway, it's not like that serious, but
Okay,
it's one of the many hobbies I have. Anyway, sports cards are even more expensive, so it makes it difficult to get into because I can't afford to spend that money just on the hobby.
Okay.
Like really, really fucking expensive.
Right,
The box
okay.
is like, $600. So,
Oof.
yeah. And then you're getting like, it's a gamble anyway. All trading card, whether it's Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
sports card, it's all just this gamble when you decide to open the packets.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, this guy puts up a photo of his big collection and it looked really good, except for because I'm not that into sports cards, I didn't really know the quality of what was there. It looked good. Anyway, I just thought it was a good deal, so I started hammering this guy. I was like, I'll give you this much and I'll meet you there at 1 o'clock. He was like, yep, sounds good. And then I called, I was like a bit nervous. And so at like 12:30, I called one of my mates and I was like, can you just check these photos and tell me if these cards are good? And he was like, dude, do not go through with that. He was like, if you want those cards, come to my house. I'll just give them to you. They're all pretty average. Like, he was like, look, there's a few there. I can see why you thought like the bigger picture was good, but don't do that. And so, 12:35, we're supposed to meet 20 minutes later at a parking lot. I was like, I'm not going to be there. I'm sorry. Delete the chat.
No explanation?
Nah, not really. I just felt bad. I'll be like, what? I'm ignorant. Sorry, man.
You're one of those guys.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't feel good, but like I said, you have no obligations on the internet. So sometimes you just got to go for it and then bail. Because so what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's okay. All right. Yeah, I've had a few of those lately, but that's all right.
Do you think lesser of me now?
Nah, you're good. I used your wisdom with eBay.
How'd you go? With what?
Did another bid.
Oh, yeah, on what?
All right, so I realised I'm one light short, and it's the really important one. It's the centre lantern.
This big one on top.
Yeah, which we borrowed from this studio to put in the other one. So, I knew the model I wanted. So it's interesting, right? Now being really highly focused on audio, every bit of equipment that gets brought into the room also is noisy.
Yeah.
And these have
everything's got a
fans.
hum and a fan and a...
And this room's really, really quiet. So the only thing we're actually taking out of the audio when we process it is actually the fans from the lights.
And is that just through a gate?
It's through a multi-dynamic gate
Okay.
that only attenuates the high.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Or the mids. There seems to be a lot of mid-frequency in these fans, this whoosh sound. Anyway, long story short, I am trying to get a better quality light, but they're just crazy expensive. So the starting bid on this crazy expensive light was $80. I was like, you know what? I'll put in $80. I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
Got a notification a couple of hours ago, got it.
Really?
Yeah, nobody bid on it.
Oh, awesome.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well done.
It's a really expensive light. I'm like, do I sell it?
It was, dude, see, that's where it
Like,
comes into... So I bought some cards the other day because I found them really cheap. And I'm like, do I just try to sell them?
I feel like this is a good omen. I'll bring it into the studio. It's probably broken.
No,
It's brand new. But like,
I was going to say, for you can actually put it to use. So what the plan is to have obviously one live in there, one live in here.
yeah. So it's been an expensive exercise, but it's a good exercise. Effectively, everything that we've done in this room now needs to be replicated, but bigger. Yeah. So need some more mics and that's it.
But it's getting closer and closer. And we're just going to continue to tease this until we're in the next room.
Like when the forecast starts in the new studio setup is when we've effectively set it up ready to be, used on the daily. Right now, it's only being used sporadically and we're taking gear out of this studio, putting it, and it's just the back and forth is fine, but I like things to be consistent. Also, there's just more variables for setting up something incorrectly and whatever. I think it should be set.
I'm sure it's just tiring as well, having to do that every time.
Yeah.
Like we did it last week, mostly you.
Yeah, we were running late because of it. Where at least today we just came in, turned on one switch, bang, go.
And that's what it needs to be going forward.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're getting there.
I've been writing a bit of music lately.
I'm jealous, man. I'm really missing music.
Yeah. Well, that's what I found. I was like, I was feeling so satisfied for the past few days. I was like, man, I've just carved out time and made some stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, it's been good. It comes in waves. Time comes in waves as well. But it's funny how when you have something to work towards, you make it happen too.
Yeah. I think the break I've had from music is probably a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I wanted it, but I think when I get back into it, I'm going to be really pushing.
Do you think it'll take time for you to like warm up again?
It depends if I'm revisiting old projects or whether I just want to start something fresh. But I've always said this, I think collaboration is key, and I'm pretty keen to get you in a sesh and we just experiment with something. I actually was thinking maybe we should make a new theme tune.
I was going to say, I wonder, we said it very early on, but just if you didn't know that the theme song is a bit of a 30-second collab that we just did.
Chief made this wicked thing that I was like, can I jump in on this? And then, yeah. And then remember we were like, oh, let's get like a 1940s or 1950s broadcast, whatever. And we ripped it off YouTube.
Yeah, I had to use some AI to like take the news theme out of the background and just be left with the vocal, but it turned out to be perfect.
And now your local forecast. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
I'm going to need you to master some stuff.
Yeah? When do you need that done?
Pretty soon.
Okay.
Because one's for a remix comp that's going to be due next week. So my plan is to finish it tomorrow and it's pretty much done.
Yep.
The other one can wait.
Well, I can do it tomorrow if you finish it.
Yeah. I reckon I will be hitting you up. So
if anybody else listening wants a mix and master, hit me up.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I do it on the daily.
Yeah. And if anyone wants a producer, hit me up too because I'll make you whatever you want.
Oh, now I learned something about YouTube and I've taken a screenshot to send to you. And it's from this Discord where people are really starting to assess quite seriously the algorithm. I'm sure people have been doing this for ages. I'm just new to it. And it would turn out that what I was saying in previous episodes is true because of lack of engagement through no fault other than not really playing the game and not pushing more content, whatever. This style of like format that I'm putting out now, this long form, is effectively sort of working against the channel for the interim. But I think showing faith to the community and showing up week in, week out, and it's like a long burn, but we are slowly retraining the algorithm that there's like 5 to 10 individuals that are always commenting in some way.
Thank you.
The metric needs to be 100, but to really spike it again.
Yeah.
But this is very positive. I'm understanding more now why the situation is what it is.
Okay.
So if a video is watched, right, so say I put up a minute-long Launchpad video and people watch that for the first minute and it gets that 100% engagement rate, then, YouTube basically suggests it to a greater audience. It's like, okay, this is a good video, people are enjoying it, whatever. When you throw up an hour-long video and someone's like, I'm not ready to watch that, or I'll watch a little bit or whatever, or they don't immediately like it, or they don't immediately comment, or they don't immediately share it, which is what my YouTube channel, what its algorithm was based on back in the day when I was always throwing up something that people were like, you got to see this.
Yeah.
We're doing the opposite now. It's like
content.
Yeah, very viral content. Its purpose was to be shared. And not saying that this isn't, but it's just a very different format. So for the time being, I actually understand now why, but I've learned some hacks, and I'm gonna. Not hacks as in like, it's nothing dodgy, tips, it's just tips, and I'm going to see off camera whether we can plan a way to get better engagement that works consistently over time.
Right.
And if it does, and I'm sure it will, then I would be quite forthcoming as to how other aspiring people on YouTube can use these tips to grow their channel as well.
I guess we got to test them before we go
Absolutely.
out there
And that's the thing. Like you see so much crap online. So we'll give it a test. Stay tuned.
Yeah. In the same token, I'm trying to figure out TikTok and Instagram for us. Like it's been difficult. I've tried different times of day, different types of captions, different types of videos. I'm going to try now with shorter clips. I think, I've been trying to choose a good chunk of a conversation, but I'm like, I probably should look at the analytics a bit more, but I feel like 20 seconds, people are probably dropping off. Not everyone's keen for a minute laugh. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Even though I think it's the best portion of the whole episode, maybe a one-liner. Like how many videos you see at 6 seconds and then you just, go to the next one. And then you get more replay value with something that's small. And so I'm trying to test out what works as well, but it's been really tough. I thought we could get some more followers on TikTok by just posting 4 times a week, but I guess not.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting journey. I'm sort of excited for the challenge, but also like, oh, that's all right. We'll get
It's
there.
a bit of a grind, but I feel like once the growth starts, it should be like pretty exponential.
Yeah, and then I think we've got the machine ready to go to scale it.
Yeah, well, talking about a guy who's absolutely killing it on YouTube, though. Do you watch Mr. Beast?
I know of Mr. Beast, and I don't follow the channel, but I've seen some of the, they had a crew of people like holding, like they had to touch a jet.
Yeah.
And the last person to be, like last man standing got it.
So on two fronts. A, I was just going to talk about how statistically he's just destroying the internet right now.
Yep.
But B, also talking about like focusing on the algorithm and playing towards that. I mean, he is the king of it. He was a kid who was obsessed with YouTube and just dedicated his whole life to just figuring out YouTube, what type of content gets clicked, and then just like facilitating that and doing it. So yeah, he's got all those challenges where he's like, counting numbers up to a ridiculous amount, and he gives away a lot of things. I think that's a really good way to.
Absolutely.
And then
if it's two-way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, so he just put out his latest video 3 days ago. Can you guess how many views it's got? Just give me a number without being too ridiculous, but it's obviously in the millions.
10 million.
Oh, God, no.
100 million.
A little bit less. 86.
86 million in 3 days.
In 3 days.
Okay, so from memory, for every million plays, you get about 3.5 to 4,000 USD with a good click-through ad campaign.
Let me just do the maths real quick.
Yeah, so what is he at? 86 million times, let's just go
So
the lot.
86 times 3.5 grand.
Yep.
About 300 grand.
Damn.
Yeah. So he is notorious for just reinvesting.
Yeah.
He's not someone who takes the off top. He just will take that 300 grand and then go get a Ferrari to smash in the next video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So his whole philosophy is not to make the money, but to reinvest it back into his brand.
Well, that's a good business model. I mean, I'm not sure that my math might be way off. That's just something I read on the internet once. But I do know that even the type of ad is really important.
Mm-hmm.
The duration of the ad, there's all these different variables, how many ads you have, non-skippable ads, all that kind of stuff. But I like the concept, and I mean, you've seen me do it here at this studio. I haven't taken anything home yet. It's all right, sign on a new client, sign on a new season, sign on a new album. Let's put it back into new mics, better lights, better gear, better systems, better software, whatever. And I think it's paying off because we're just getting higher caliber artists. And
yeah, I see it working for sure. So the other thing that I wanted to point out with him, which is funny, is that, obviously they have the ad rolls that come through automatically through YouTube, but you know how obviously a lot of people plug ads into their video that they like pitch themselves. He's struggling to find companies that can afford what he's offering.
Absolutely, yeah.
So he gets a Super Bowl every video at least, or whatever, like more than that. So it's like for a brand to try and sponsor in that video, it's too much.
But he's really
but
at
he can't undervalue himself either.
But he's probably at the point now where he's got complete control in knowing his value and not needing really anybody to inject capital. So like what I'm saying is like if he had I presume he's got a merch line.
Well, I was going to tell you, he doesn't just have merch line. He has chocolate bars and he had Beast Burgers as well, but he's going through this massive ordeal with it because they set up ghost kitchens. So he must have created the brand, sold it to another business to basically manage it, right? And then they've gone out and expanded, but done no quality control over it.
Okay.
And now he's suing them for ruining his brand because they're delivering shit burgers.
Yeah.
But the only thing he was advertising lately through most of his stuff, like he will get some real advertisements, but they're called Feastables, his chocolate bars. And so he just plugs them because how can you, brands are coming to him and saying, we can't afford you. It's basically our entire quarter's worth of advertising budget just for your one video. And he's like, well, that's how much it costs.
That's nuts. I like this quote that Lamborghini have where you don't ever see a Lamborghini television ad.
Yeah, nice.
Because the people that can afford Lamborghinis don't watch TV.
Ooh, spicy. Well, I feel like lots of people don't watch TV anymore either, really.
Well, for the couple of friends that I have, one that has a Lamborghini, I don't think he watches TV. He watches Netflix like any other normal person when he's on a plane flying to make massive deals.
Yeah.
But no. But that brand is so huge. You don't
Established.
need. Yeah, it's so established. You don't need advertising. I would love to get to a point, not Mr. Beast level. That's just obscene. But I'd love to get to a point where I could have a call to action that really benefited those listening. It's not just like, oh, if you've enjoyed this episode, you blah, 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 go check this out. It's like, nah, this is a thing that I think, like this is a tool that I think this community really needs, and it works both ways. That'd be sick. That'd be fun. Because I've listened to podcasts where that's, for instance, the website that we built for this studio is from a podcast that I listened to. They created this website called Easy Funnels. And so they're studio guys, and they knew that, the biggest bottleneck for most businesses, especially like ours at Matrix, was just getting clients to know about the business and then make inquiries and book and all that sort of stuff. So we're like, well, I listened to 200 episodes of these guys. Like, I trust them. I think there's like proof there that they've done good things. Mm-hmm. So they put in a podcast like, here's a discount code. I was like, jump on that.
Nice.
Yeah, got 30% off. Sick.
Yeah, and the website's pretty good too.
We're about to completely revamp it.
I was about to say, I think I haven't looked at it recently, but I'm going to imagine that it doesn't
It's very hip-hop.
give across what exactly this place is offering and how it's pivoted.
And that's like, I've got mentors that help out occasionally, and the biggest issue they've had with how I've done things is that I am the business. I need to step out and run it. But, it's hustle and grind mode. Like I'm in the thick of it. So it's going to be fun to step out slightly and then rethink how we portray the image and all that sort of stuff. And it goes the same for artists. Like artists need to have either a really, really good creative team if they're not sure of what they need to look like, or they need to be incredibly genuine and true to appearing to be as real as they possibly can be. We've talked about that fake culture, which is dying out now. You only have to look up guys like the Island Boys to know what fake culture is.
Oh, God.
Do you know their story?
Do you know what their recent news is?
Nope.
I don't know if I can say it. Do I say it or not?
I guess not. Tell me after.
Okay, yes, I will tell you after. But they got back in the news for very strange ancestral reasons.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not a bad way to put it, actually. That can stay in.
Nice. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so, that's just like clickbaity, they're just trying to, they were like, oh, we have nothing, no spotlight on us at all. What can we do?
Damn.
But like, there's heaps of folks like that in a way where they're just like clawing for something.
All right, talking about clickbait, I've got a question for the audience, and I don't want to come across as like the angry old launch padder. What?
Shakes fist at camera.
I'm just trying to understand. If you have a launch pad and you take a song that you didn't make, right? Just say Virtual Riot makes another banger, and then you take that track and then you make a light show to that. What in your performance video are you doing? Like, I mean this genuinely. I can understand some buttons and like what you're pressing correlate to playing some section of the song, but I don't quite get why you're needed, like the hands part, because I think it would be just as visually entertaining if it was just a light show lighting up to that. For instance, I made a light show back when I was experimenting with the very first Launchpad. Remember Harlem Shake?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Bauer doing great things.
I made, what, Harlem Shake?
Bauer.
Oh, Bauer, right. Because didn't he get...
Yeah, he got done. I don't think he saw a cent of that song.
He didn't say, yeah, because it wasn't cleared.
Yeah, but he made a career out of it. So
there you go. So I made a Launchpad light show with 4 launch pads of that with little smiley faces or whatever, but no hands involved. Like it was just MIDI firing into this Launchpad. But I think at the time I didn't want to put it on YouTube. I just put it on Facebook, just, like having some fun. Someone put it on YouTube and it went nuts.
I was going to say, that's, yeah.
I know, but like back then I was integrity. I make real Launchpad, not light shows, stupid shit. Yeah. Here I am almost 10 years later being like, so someone explained to me, even though I fully grasp what light shows are, what are you doing? Like, what are you, yeah. Anyway.
Having fun. That's
Sparks
all I'll say.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I'm not criticizing people for doing it. Like, you do you. Yeah. I am genuinely asking though, if you've programmed so much, what point do you not need to be involved?
You'll have to show me what you mean, because I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but I don't. Are you hungry, Nick?
Mate, I haven't had breakfast or lunch.
I can't believe that on this day where I've decided to do this, you don't have any
Oh no.
food in your stomach. No, it's good stuff.
Dum dum dum. I hear rustling.
Yeah. So we're gonna do it. We're not gonna have everything.
What are this?
Let's start with some food, and then we have a beverage to wash it down.
Oh!
I didn't bring any glasses. We can just have a swig, right? Surely.
Do you want me to get glasses? While you're setting up?
I don't really care.
I'll run out to the kitchen. We have a kitchen
Obviously,
here.
someone thinks I have germs.
Absolutely.
All right, go on.
Doesn't know what a long drop is. Probably doesn't know how to wash his hands.
I think the fact I don't know what a long drop is means that I do wash my hands. All right. Cool. We're just going to do this randomly and very informally. So we're going to start with something nice to eat. So basically, I went to the Chinese grocer with Donna and I was like, oh, there's heaps of random foods here. Good taste. No, this is nice. Don't worry, I'm not like, let's eat gross stuff.
Because I have a story.
Well, you can tell me after if you remember. So I'm just gonna hold these under here, and you're gonna pick either my left or my right hand, and that's what we're gonna try.
That one.
Oh, I think we're in for a good time. This is like a caramel,
Show the viewers
caramel biscuit flavored thing, which looks delicious.
It looks delicious. Do I crack one open?
Donna recommended them. Hold on, let's get a bev. These are a bit more exciting.
This is exciting.
And these are the ones we're just gonna try. And then I'll tell you about them. But they're both good. I think they're both coffee.
Do they need to be refrigerated?
They are cold. Who do you think I am?
Mate, I trust you.
I know.
Okay, just for those playing at home, Chief Street is the cleanest, most hygienic person I know. And
you think I'd rock up with a warm bev? Because I'm more interested to try one than the other. But anyway.
No, you choose one.
No, I'm not doing this. This is you.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, just pick a hand.
That one.
Yeah.
Here we go. What is that?
This little boy.
This packaging is amazing.
Yeah, I know. That's why I saw it. I was like, we got to try this one. So,
hell yes. It's got a cat on it.
This is fine to drink, and I'm going to eat it, but drink it. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to see if you can pick what the extra flavor is.
Do I tell you about my intolerances to food prior to this, or do I just wait till I'm like a pufferfish?
Go on. You tell me now.
No. Let's go it, and then I'll tell you.
You can crack that one. I'm going to crack this.
Put
it up to the mic, so it's like ASMR, right? One at a time.
Oh, I've minced this package. That's why you pay the big bucks for these microphones.
All right, whoever's got their headphones on is loving it. All right, so welcome.
I know what Chief Street watches.
No. It's too tough to do by now. Okay. This is a very visual part of the show. Okay.
Should I wait?
No. Just have one of them. Tell me what.
Mate, it smells delicious.
I reckon they're going to be really good. Oh, they're a lot smaller than I thought.
Dude, this looks amazing.
Yeah, it's a feast.
Is there alcohol in it?
Oh, the drink. I don't know. It's got some chunky bits. I did not expect that.
Oh, what is that?
It's in date. It's all good to drink.
Let me check the expiry.
No, I don't want you to check the label. That's why. Sorry.
Dude, have you smelt this?
I can't find a date, but like it was on. It's fine. It'd have to be. Best before.
You're going first, man.
November. I want to try one of these.
Of what year?
This year.
Dude, how do we show the camera this? There is floating white things.
They're good. Pretty plain.
Sorry, what are we talking about? Are we talking about the wafer biscuit?
Yeah, have one more and tell me. Describe it to me.
All right. Just tastes like a wafer, chocolate wafer.
Well, it's supposed to have caramel in it.
Yeah.
But I'm not really tasting that. But now, You're quite thirsty, right?
Not really. I've seen what's floating in the top of this
It's
drink.
going to be fine. It's not bad.
Very sweet.
So it's a milk tea drink. And the flavor is sea salt cheese. Which now makes sense when you see the top. You don't like it.
Is that cheese?
I don't know.
Dude, is that cheese in sea salt?
Nah,
Like salt water?
It feels like creamy. I don't think so.
I wish you could see this. This is like, you know when you've made a coffee
Yeah.
and then you forget about it for like 4 to 5 days and then you pour it down the sink and there's just that chunky bit that just doesn't make it through the grill?
The drink is nice.
What's the, dude, is that cheese?
I don't think so, man. So concerned.
Because I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, that's all right. It's probably fake cheese.
Joking, I'm not.
I doubt it's real cheese. Water, milk, powder, sugar, tea, coconut
mind
oil,
it.
cheese, salt, stabilizing agent,
Didn't mind it.
emulsifier,
You know
thickener,
what?
bulking agent.
You
We're getting ripped.
couldn't pay Rachel to drink that.
Why? Because of the floaties.
No. All right, you know what? We're going to go to iPhone cam. All right, yeah? I'm going to film it.
I need to shake it more.
Here we go. I just want to show the audience at home who's watching. So 3, 2, 1. Check that out. Like that is
No, it's not.
there's
You must have got the good ones before.
there's
Oh, there we go. They've come up.
oh
They
they've
float. Little floaters.
risen to the top.
Delish.
All right. So if you're watching, I've taken some B-roll that will That's okay. You know what?
It's like
Do you know what I'm thinking though? I'm thinking we could play some serious pranks with this stuff.
with the cheese.
I
I don't
reckon
think it's cheese.
when we get Godlands back to tell us about her world.
Have a drink.
All right, hit me. What else we got?
Nah, I think maybe we save the rest for another week.
Okay.
Or do you want to keep going?
No, that's whatever you want.
I reckon we'll save it again. We'll go next week. We'll go the number 2s, all right? Well,
Kind of tastes a little bit like miso soup.
it's just like milk tea, which
Salt.
I really like. I thought it was going to be a bit more cheesier, to be honest, which I thought would have made it interesting. But I think this other bev is just as interesting.
Okay.
So we'll have to see next week.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Because I think if August plan next week is the last forecast
yeah.
in this room.
Yeah, and then I think if we're away for a week or two, viewers don't be too surprised or shocked.
We'll just put it out there. I'm having another kid.
Yay!
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realised we're doing a podcast on eating. Not great.
Enjoy Spotify
I'll save
or
that.
Apple or just put your mic away. Just you eat. That's fine.
Sound like my nonna.
I can just eat.
Yeah.
Eat more. Yeah. Also, I'll clean it in post-production. That was great. Thanks for the floating cheese salt water and the wafer biscuits are nice.
You're more than welcome. But yeah, as you were saying, number 2 is on the way, so things might be a bit more
Thank you for keeping me on
unpredictable.
track. I do that.
Yeah, that's right.
Haven't eaten. Yeah, so we might take a break, but look, I think we just push on, to be honest. Why is the lid over here?
Yeah, it dropped when you went on the B-roll and I just let it go. Yeah, I agree. We'll try our best, but I'm not going to, you just don't know what's going to happen. So
No, that's called life.
not going to set the expectation that we're going to be here.
That's it.
And, but yeah, I don't want to be a pain in your ass all the time as well, being like, you ready? Are you available?
That was exciting. That was fun. We should do more stuff like that. I'm going to think of some.
Yeah, your turn to bring something to the table.
Game on.
Literally.
Oh, that's where the saying comes from.
Yeah, no shit.
Yep.
All right. I got to go work again.
Yeah, fair. I got to go. Thanks for tuning in to our chit chats. Please let us know if there's any disgusting food you want me to send to Chief Street.
No, I got good food and I expect the same.
All right, I'll do good food first, and then we'll start doing some interesting challenges. Where
Yeah,
it's
maybe
like
later.
You got to guess the question right.
It's like
Sometimes it may be good.
sometimes it may be shit.
Tune in next week.
Bye.
Bye.